40 minutes. That scene there.
This lighting is cute. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is my channel.
It is your channel.
Welcome back to my channel. Thank you again for joining me for another video. My name is Tamara. This is your first time joining my channel. Welcome to GlamTam. So today we have a special co-host. This is my husband, and he's going to be joining us today because we will be talking about keeping God first in your marriage. Even relationship, if you're dating or courting, or even if you're single. For those of you also who don't know, we've been married for 7 months. We have learned a lot. Not only that,
we're in a long distance relationship for 2 years.
Yep, we were long distance for 2 whole years. So we definitely learned a lot through that whole process. So we're just going to come just to share with you guys what we have learned.
So tip number one.
Is going to be whenever God brings together any kind of godly relationship, the enemy is going to come to try to destroy that and just cause a lot of chaos and confusion between you guys. Not only just like a dating relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a relationship between brother and sister, or sister to sister, or anything like that. The enemy doesn't like any type of godly relationship. He doesn't like love. We personally learned that when we were dating, because most of our relationship was over the phone or via text. We argued.
Everyone does. If they tell you don't, they lying. Some may call it a dispute
or
disagreement and try to dress it up, but no. Christian, godly couples do argue. It may not be throwing things across the room and cussing each other out and putting each other in a headlock, but you do disagree.
And you do get out of character at times, and you say things that you don't mean. And so in those moments, you got to realize what's really going on. Sometimes, even if you have to stop and take some time for yourself to calm down, that's really going to help you guys to be able to talk through it and not to argue or not to bicker.
When it comes to getting mad or getting angry, you will. God never said you won't get angry. What he did say in Ephesians 4:26, be angry and sin not, and let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Meaning, don't let that day pass by without you making amends, without you showing each other forgiveness, without you showing one another the grace that God showed you.
Yep.
So you want to step up and you want to admit your wrongs, admit your faults, and work on that together. Just
to feed off from what he said, learn to forgive quickly and to move on from it, and not to look back in the past, not to think about what he said or what she said. You know, you don't want to hold on to those types of things, because that's just going to cause more tension in the relationship.
And God don't do it to us. Once he forgives it, he forgets it. So leave it in the past and know that you all still love one another.
Exactly.
And it's made y'all better, and it builds your character.
You have to realize I do still love that person. That person still means the same to me. It doesn't make them any less of a person because of what they have said. So that's just the way to keep God first, is recognizing the enemy's attacks, learning how to move forward, learning how to talk through them and work through them.
Point number 2, praying together and building a godly relationship. In order for anything to work, including your relationship, including your marriage, Jesus has to be the center. Jesus Christ has to be the foundation. It's important that you have that relationship with God as a unit, but also as individuals. In that single season, he's molding you and preparing you into that spouse that he knows that you have to be for your partner. So you definitely want to have that individual relationship with God. You definitely want to develop a good prayer life. You want to develop a good Bible reading life.
I just want to say to people who are dating, it's important that you trust your partner to be able to pray for you. Praying for their purpose, praying for y'all's purpose together, because God brought you two together for a reason. If it's for marriage, then it's going to be a bigger picture for his kingdom purpose. You got to remember too, whenever you are dating, you are still 2 separate fleshes that are working towards being one. And so whenever you're dating, it's important to work on your godly relationship together, so that when you become one flesh, you have that foundation still as you did whenever you were dating.
So you definitely don't want to escape praying together. You want to pray together as a unit. Remember, Jesus said, where there are 2 or 3 gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst. So just always remember that he's ultimately fighting the battle. The battle isn't yours, it's the Lord's. But just come together in agreement with him.
Right. Number 3, So for my courting people out there or dating people, I just want to throw out there real quick the difference between courting and dating.
Courting is when you're pursuing someone in a godly manner.
Right.
With godly intentions.
And you have the intentions at the end of the day, you have the intentions of being married to this person one day. And dating could be more so of dating here and there. So you're going out with multiple people. Dating doesn't really have any standards. You're just trying to figure out what you like or what you want, things like that. I personally didn't use the term courting, but at the end of the day, I still had standards and I still knew what I wanted. I just want to put that in there because I know a lot of Christian couples and godly marriages use that term. So that brings us to tip number 3, which would be creating boundaries while you are courting or dating. And it's very important because creating those boundaries is going to help you guys honor God.
It takes discipline, but God will help you through. You know, it's going to be uncomfortable because you really like that person. You really love that person. You really want to express that to them. But in order for it to honor him and to glorify him, it needs to be within the boundaries that he set.
So types of boundaries could be like not hanging out by yourself super late. Some people go as far as not kissing until they're married. And so you just want to be able to make sure that you set those boundaries early in your relationship. And also to my single people out there, it's okay to have standards. It's okay to desire boundaries. And don't settle for the people who don't have the same type of boundaries, because that's only going to make it harder for you guys to honor God in relationship if you guys are not equally yoked in that same area.
Don't lower your standards because
exactly.
they don't want to come up and meet them.
Exactly.
You have to know your value in Christ. You have to know that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and you're not just supposed to give yourself to anybody.
And our last tip would be keeping God first means waiting on God. That was what helped me through our long distance relationship, because not only were we just dating, but we were long distance for 2 years. And so one thing that I had to do was wait on God, and I had to trust him with his timing. I want to say don't rush marriage. This is something that I kind of struggled with while we were dating because we were long distance, and so I always wanted to be around him, and I just couldn't wait to be able to spend the rest of my life with him. But I had to realize that there were things that I had to learn while dating. There are characteristics that God had to develop within me before I was married. He has to prepare me to be a wife. And so you just have to trust God and trust the dating season.
Even though God has confirmed to you that this is your spouse, you still want to wait on him to say, okay, this is the time that you will be joined together in holy matrimony. He brings your spouse to you. That doesn't mean that you drop everything right then and there and go get married. You know, he still wants you to see certain things as you walk along, even before you join together.
And waiting on him while you're like in the dating season is going to help you guys while you are married, because there are going to be things that you have to wait on God for. There's going to be things that you have to trust God for when you're married. For example, if you're trying to move, or if you're trying to maybe have a child, or trusting him for jobs, that's all going to help you whenever you become married. Whether you're single or dating, everything is going to line up exactly to God's timing to be able to help you guys while you are married. And so you don't want to rush through that. You don't want to rush through God's plan, because he knows exactly how long, he knows exactly what you guys have to go through before he brings you guys together to become one.
So thank you guys for watching this video. We thank you for joining us. We hope that it helped you out. We hope that you could take something from it and apply it to your own life. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to GlamTam's channel. And share it. Share it on social media. Share it on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on all that good stuff.
And I think that is all. So thank you for watching, and you know the drill. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Y'all have a good one. Be blessed.